Welcome to What You Missed Today from Voice of Emirates, an AI-powered daily news bulletin where we bring you a concise roundup of the top stories we have covered since this morning. From local, Arab and international news to economy, entertainment, sports and lifestyle. I'm the virtual presenter for Voice of Emirates. Now, let's begin with the highlights of what you may have missed today. Russia and Ukraine have intensified long-range attacks deep inside each other's territory, with at least 16 people reported killed in waves of drone and missile strikes. In Russia, Ukrainian drones killed 5 people in the Rostov region, with additional fatalities reported elsewhere, while Moscow said it intercepted 822 drones overnight. Russian strikes across Ukraine also caused multiple deaths, including at a major ArcelorMittal steel plant in Kryvyi Rih, forcing it to partially suspend operations. The escalating aerial campaign has also raised concerns beyond the battlefield, following recent drone incursions into NATO airspace. Israel's Channel 12 reports that the Israeli military has thwarted attempts to deliver supplies to dozens of Hezbollah fighters allegedly trapped in an underground complex at the Ali al-Tahrir Heights in southern Lebanon. Israeli forces are reportedly working to identify and cut hidden supply routes while maintaining pressure around the strategic ridge overlooking parts of Nabateh. The Israeli military is also preparing for the possibility of several more days of fighting as tensions intensify in the area. Hezbollah has not officially confirmed or denied reports that its fighters are trapped underground. Hamas has called on the Peace Council to pressure Israel into accepting the Gaza peace agreement and implementing its 15-point roadmap as negotiations intensify in Cairo. A Hamas delegation reviewed the latest developments with Egyptian intelligence chief Hassan Rashad, reaffirming what it described as full commitment to completing the broader peace plan and accelerating post-war reconstruction. Mediators from Egypt, Qatar, Turkey, and the United States are working to bridge remaining differences. Israel continues to link its withdrawal from Gaza to the complete decommissioning of Hamas's weapons, while Hamas is demanding implementation without new conditions. And from the political news, Egypt's intelligence chief Hassan Rashad has held talks with a senior Hamas delegation led by Khalil al-Hayya as Cairo intensifies efforts to advance the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire. Discussions focused on implementing the Sharm el-Sheikh agreements and the 15-point roadmap backed by U.S. President Donald Trump. The plan addresses key issues, including Hamas's weapons, an Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, humanitarian access, and transferring administration of the territory to an independent Palestinian body. Hamas reaffirmed its commitment to the roadmap, while Egypt stressed that all parties must fulfill their agreed obligations. The United States says the Pilot Zones initiative in southern Lebanon remains the only viable path toward lasting peace and security for Lebanon and Israel. A State Department spokesperson said, Washington expects the Lebanese armed forces to complete clearance and security operations in the initial zones before the model is gradually expanded. The U.S. also considers Hezbollah's disarmament an integral part of the process, while continuing to support the trilateral framework aimed at strengthening Lebanese state authority, facilitating Israeli withdrawals, and preventing renewed regional conflict. Cairo has emerged as the central negotiating hub for the most difficult phase of the Gaza peace plan as Egypt works between Washington, Hamas, Israel, and regional mediators. Talks on August 16th brought together Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and U.S. envoy Jared Kushner, while intelligence chief Hassan Rashad held separate discussions with a Hamas delegation led by Khalil al-Hayya. The negotiations have moved beyond maintaining the ceasefire to the harder questions of Hamas's weapons, Israeli withdrawal, Gaza's future administration, border crossings, and reconstruction. Egypt is now seeking to narrow those differences before the process reaches its decisive Israeli test. And from the business news, China is stepping up financial support for small businesses, with outstanding inclusive loans to small and micro enterprises rising 8% year-on-year at the end of the second quarter of 2026. Official data shows the total reached 38.9 trillion yuan, or about $5.73 trillion. Lending linked to the agricultural sector also increased 7.5% to 15 trillion yuan. The figures reflect Beijing's efforts to improve access to financing for smaller companies, support investment and employment, and stimulate economic activity while maintaining financial sector stability. Egypt's Silo Foods is evolving from a major food production complex into a broader strategic platform supporting food security and exports. The company operates an integrated system covering silos, milling, manufacturing, packaging, and distribution, producing essential goods, including pasta, flour, baked products, dairy, biscuits, and halva. Company figures show that Silo Foods has now exported around 50,000 tons of products to 33 countries, a significant increase from roughly 11,000 tons to 13 markets previously announced. The expansion reflects Egypt's wider push to strengthen domestic supply chains while turning food manufacturing into a growing source of foreign currency and international competitiveness. And what you might missed from the art and entertainment news, Tunisian star Latifa has completed the rollout of her summer album, Shibi Bil Mili, releasing the final 4 songs from the project. The album features 13 tracks and brings together a wide range of prominent Arab songwriters, composers, and producers, reflecting Latifa's focus on musical diversity and experimentation. The release follows strong early success for the album's title track, which topped Anghami charts in several Arab countries and generated widespread engagement on social media. Latifa's latest project continues her approach of combining contemporary sounds with the distinctive musical identity that has defined her long career. Arab music icon George Wassouf is preparing to reunite with his Lebanese audience at the Kartaba Festivals 2026, with a concert scheduled for Saturday, August 22nd. The Sultan of Tarab announced the performance through his official social media account, promising another special meeting with his fans. Wassouf is expected to perform a selection of the classic songs that have defined his decades-long career, alongside more recent releases. The concert follows the launch of his latest romantic track, Tameni al-Habayeb, which renewed his collaboration with renowned composer Salah El-Sharnoubi. Selena Gomez has issued her first response to fraud allegations linked to Wondermind, the mental health startup she co-founded with her mother, Mandy Teefey, and entrepreneur Daniela Pearson. Investors who say they put nearly $1.2 million into the company allege they were misled about its infrastructure, leadership, and business prospects. Gomez's attorney, Matthew Rosengart, strongly rejected the accusations, describing them as completely without merit, both factually and legally. Her legal team says it will vigorously defend the singer and file a motion seeking dismissal of the claims. We conclude our roundup with the top sports news stories you might have missed. Defending champions Al Ain opened their 2026-27 Adienosi Pro League campaign with a dramatic 4-2 comeback victory over Bani Yas. The hosts raced into a 2-goal lead through Yusufu Niakate, who scored in the 15th and 42nd minutes, but Soufiane Rahimi pulled one back from the penalty spot before half-time. El Hussein Rahimi then equalized in the 81st minute and struck again in the 97th minute to complete the turnaround, before Kaku sealed the victory in the 100th minute. The win also marked Al Ain's 11th consecutive league victory, a Pro League record. Al Jazeera made a winning start to the 2026-27 Adienoc Pro League, defeating hosts Hatta 2-0 at Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Stadium. Simon Banza broke the deadlock with a header in the 48th minute, after Al Jazeera dominated possession and created the better chances. Hatta pushed for an equalizer after the break, but the visitors remained in control before Ali Al-Mamari sealed the victory in the 93rd minute. Al Jazeera finished with 11 attempts and 5 shots on target, while Hatta failed to register a single effort on target. Real Madrid wrapped up their pre-season preparations with a convincing 3-0 victory over Schalke 04 at the Veltins Arena in Germany. Kylian Mbappé, making his first appearance of the pre-season, opened the scoring after just 6 minutes. Dean Huijsen doubled the advantage with a header from Arda Güler's corner in the 20th minute, before Carlos Espí headed home the third after the break. The victory means Jose Mourinho's side finish pre-season unbeaten, with 3 wins and 1 draw, ahead of their La Liga opener against Espanyol on August 22nd. That was your roundup of what you may have missed today from Voice of Emirates. For the full stories, visit our website and follow us on social media for the latest updates. Thank you for watching. See you next time.